What's up, everybody? It's EMCEE M.D. In the light of me writing my album OG Original Gamer, I thought that it would be great if I did a video game review. And the video game that I'm reviewing today is Golden Axe. Now, Golden Axe was an arcade game that was in around 1989, and it was pretty awesome. Think of it as kind of like Conan the Barbarian with Lord of the Rings and Willow and some other like fantasy style stuff. Basically, it takes place in a mythical land called Uria. Not Urea, like what you pee, Uria, Y-U-R-I-A. The king and the princess were both captured by Death Adder. In the Genesis version, which is this version, also his mentor, Deathbringer, who also now wields the Golden Axe, which is a mythical symbol of the whole land. He threatens to destroy that symbol, and the king and the princess, as well as keep creating chaos until everybody bows down to him. I'm assuming he was supposed to go and, kill the king and this and that anyway. There's three main characters that you can choose from. Gilius Thunderhead, who's a dwarf that his twin brother was killed by Death Adder. There's Tyrus Flare, who is an Amazon that her parents were killed by Death Adder. And then Axe Battler, yes, Axe Battler is his name, whose mother was killed by Death Adder. So families are getting killed by Death Adder. That's basically what's going on here. So the style is a beat-em-up style. So if you like games like River City Ransom, Final Fight, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the arcade, or anything like that, this game is awesome. And this is on your Genesis. You have all kinds of attacks where you can rush in and attack. You can just hit them normally. You can throw them. You can jump up in the air and swing down and hit them with your sword. Or you can do a jumping stab and whatnot. But what's really cool is you have magic, which Gilius Thunderhead controls lightning. And then Axe Battler has more of an earthy kind of feel, where Tyrus Flare has more of a fire magic, which one of them can summon this giant dragon to come down and rain fire on the whole screen. And it is awesome. Within every character, each magic is different. This game was designed by Makoto Yoshida, who also designed Altered Beast, which, in this game, you'll also find a couple resemblances to Altered Beast, being the chicken leg, or cockatrice, or whichever you would like to prefer, as something that you can ride, and you can whip your enemies with its long tail, or you can ride two types of dragons that one spits fire and one shoots fireballs. It's pretty cool either way. There's an array of monsters, whether it be dudes with clubs or these giant muscle-bound gargantuan guys with big hammers, or skeletons, all these different kinds of characters. So it's pretty cool. This game is awesome to go and play with a buddy. I mean, you go and you get a friend over, you play this game, it rules. The graphics are spectacular, the sound is awesome, the gameplay is pretty great, and also the sound effects are pretty badass too. So let's talk about controls. Well, for the Genesis, 3-button controller is all you really needed for this game. I think they did perfection when they ported it over. So when it comes to graphics, the graphics are superb. It's very, very close to what it was for the arcade game. The music and sound effects are extremely close to the arcade game as well. The composers for this were Y. Dolphin Takata and Toru Nakabashi. Excellent job for the sound. And fun factor, absolutely. I would give this game 9 out of 10. And the reason that I would rate this game a 9 out of 10 is because of the end boss. The end boss is extremely tough, and there's basically only one sort of two ways to kill him. So, yeah. that might be the one reason why. But the other thing is, too, is in the stage before the end boss, you'd be hoping to face these other looking, harder looking kind of enemies, which I'm not going to tell you what they are because I want you to play the game and I want you to get there for yourself. But I was hoping that these enemies would come alive because they looked scary as hell, and that would have been cooler than the other enemies that come alive and attack you. Now, I am going to tell you one little small thing that might drive you crazy is it does get hard, and the enemies like to close in and pincher attack you on both sides. But whatever, you know, that just means you got to be quick. You got to know how to go and, you know, whoop them, and that's how it goes. So, but that's all right. Whatever. The game is great. Everything is awesome. They did such a good rendition from the arcade to the Genesis version on this. It was awesome. In the arcade version, it was just incredible. You did have sequels to this, which were Golden Axe 2 and Golden Axe 3. But Golden Axe 3 never came out here in the United States. It did come over, however, on the PAL version. Yet, when we had the Sega channel, you did have the good graces that you could play Golden Axe 3 on the Sega channel. So, now in the arcade, they came out with Golden Axe 2, but totally different than the Golden Axe 2 that came out on this version. Now, I remember playing this game a lot in the arcade, but I remember playing it on Genesis and just going nuts with my friends. We played this all the time, and we just loved, like, beating the crap out of everything. I always liked getting the dragons and jumping on them or whatever. Everybody wanted to get on the dragon. Sometimes your friends would get pissed and, like, knock you off the dragon so they could get on the dragon, and you're like, oh, you don't want to get on the dragon. So you go and knock them off, the dragon runs away, and then you get to fight the enemies, and you're like, oh. So, that happens a lot, but, you know, teamwork was always a good thing in this game. Got to the end, and you're just wanting to go crazy, go apeshit, and it's awesome. Like, it was always a good time. And, yeah, Golden Axe, one of the best games ever. Definitely pick it up if you don't have it. And if you should get a Genesis. You should get a Sega Genesis for this game and a bunch of other games. I know there's emulators out there, but feel the controller in your hand compared to playing on the keyboard or whatever, you know, trust me, Genesis, awesome. So yeah, that's my review of Golden Axe, and definitely probably going to get some more game reviews up in the future and whatnot, but just wanted to do a quick simple game review. So yeah, so that's my game review for Golden Axe. Check it out for yourself. It's pretty awesome, and definitely grab a friend and go crazy with it. So, this is EMCEE M.D. saying like, subscribe, and share YouTube, and stick around next time.